If you're feeling overwhelmed by designing or redesigning your space, we're here to help. Today, Cambria is debuting 4 new designs that are inspired by the interplay of shadow and light. Make sure that you stay until the end because these 4 design boards are very unique and different, and there's going to be something for everyone. And there's a surprise at the end with something dark and moody. Joining me today to showcase these masterful creations is our head of design, Kath.
Thank you. I am so excited that we are debuting these 4 innovative and stunning new designs that add captivating layers of depth, dimension, and visual interest to any space. Now, it also strikes that perfect balance between sophistication and elegance. So let's begin with the Exquisite Valene.
Tell me about the design that we are looking at in this stunning kitchen.
Valene really is a take on the classic Carrara marble we all love, but it's fresh and modern with this new deep green vein. It has so much depth and dimension.
I know that green has been something that we've been talking about for a little while. Tell me what's trending with green.
Green is forever, is what I like to say. And within one space, don't be afraid to use multiple shades of green. And that's what we've done here on the trend board. I brought in from the deep, green all the way to the sage is so beautifully played together. And I also wanted to pair it with a darker walnut because we are tracking this dark natural wood trend that's high contrast to the beautiful clean white countertop.
I love how that dark walnut really makes the green pop, and the white background is stunning. What are we seeing with metals? Because there's something very unique about this color combination and mix.
So we are seeing in plumbing fixtures a mixing of metals. So here you have a Waterworks polished nickel, but then you also have a darker knob, and it kind of adds layers. And we're seeing this across all plumbing fixtures right now, and that's a way for you to play and to forget about the rules when you're designing.
I'm excited to see what else we have in store for everybody. Where should we go next?
Let's go to the next design. I am so excited to show you this new innovation. Now we have Inverness Blakeley. This design has that bright white background, but we brought the warmth with that warm honey veining that's wool saturated throughout this design, and Cambria's famous Inverness vein, which is in this beautiful mushroom colorway.
I am blown away by how beautiful this primary ensuite is. This new design is also extraordinary. Tell me a little bit about some of the inspiration behind this trend board.
Yeah, so I really wanted to play and lean into the warming neutrals, which we all know is hot right now, but there's some nuances and new fresh ideas I want to point out. One being color drenching. So color drenching is when you basically paint the entire room, your walls, your cabinets, your molding, all in one color. Most of the color drenching we're seeing now is in the darker colors and the greens, but this is a neutral color drenching, which opens up the room, but gives you that warm, cozy hug. And here I have the colorway in the cabinets and the walls and the moldings in that mushroomy light colorway that'll really kind of cloak everything. And then of course the white oak, which has been strong, it continues to be a trend. It is not going away, but pairing it with the painted cabinets gives it that layered look.
It almost takes me back to monochromatic in fashion, and I know that as head designer at Cambria, you pull inspiration from everything, so I'm sure that this is also something you've seen on the runways.
Absolutely, and it is monochromatic for sure, but then we wanted just a little bit of nuances of pop, which we brought in this antique bronze from Brizo. It's kind of a takeoff of brass, which I love. We're playing with different metals now, but it's not too much.
Let's talk about texture, because I really want to have a conversation around Inverness.
Texture is everything today, and we've seen it kind of coming on strong in interiors for years, whether it be in your textiles, in your wall coverings, and now in Cambria. And this is how we've expressed it with that textural debossing, and then this one is in that taupey colorway.
I always love discovering all these trends with you, Summer. Let's move on. I can't wait to see what you have next.
Coming up next is Everly Warm. A nod to Cambria's well-known Everly, very similar in architecture, but we've taken that bright white background and we've warmed it up. Now, the veins are beautiful and cascading, and they have so much depth. The warm white and the beautiful honey and gray just dance together on this Everly Warm.
What an absolutely stunning space, Summer. As we get into this trend board, the first thing that jumps out to me is the use of this breathtaking oxblood. What's happening in here?
We are not afraid to use color in interiors. Absolutely, it is a fresh new thing. This oxblood, in fact, came from the runways. We're seeing it in fashion and we're bringing it into the home. What I love about the use here is you're seeing it in kind of two different saturations. The top has a texture to it, which is a wall covering, and adding that texture desaturates the colorway, but they're so beautiful juxtaposed next to each other.
Let's go into the hardware if we could next, because this bronze, the juxtapost is so pretty with this color.
The plumbing companies are really getting innovative. So brass has been around for 5 years now, and it's beautiful because we're seeing the gold tones. But what I love is to mix and match. So here you have an unlacquered brass, kind of has that beat up patina look, so it's lived in. And then you have the burnish right here. The burnish gives it, again, the lived in and kind of the beat up look a little bit, but that's okay because that next to this clean, neutral backdrop is so stunning.
And then finally, are we looking at millwork here?
This is the representation of options out there, and they're endless. But I love to combine your traditional painted cabinets. You can match that to the Everly Warm, which kind of creates that tonal look, but then also bring in the neutrals. And then also for texture, you can have the tambour or the fluting. And of course, you want to round those edges out because that just creates even more of a cozy, warm feeling.
I feel like each design is getting better and better and better, and I know that where we're heading next is something that we've been doing little previews to along the way. One last hint about our final design.
It's unlike any of these three we just showcased. It is unlike many designs we've launched in the last couple of years, but we're going dark and moody now. Finally, Inverness Stone Street, which is our very first introduction of an Inverness design that's dark and tonal and industrial. We have not introduced a darker, moody design in several years, and so we are so excited to bring this to market. Also, it has a satin finish because we believe that truly embodies what this design is all about. It has this charcoal and black marbled background, and then the Inverness is just this chic, textured black that just blankets the slab.
Well, there is no doubt that the main focus, the main star of that space design is definitely the fireplace. And I'm not sure that everybody knows that Cambria is a great choice for fireplaces. Can we educate everybody on that a minute?
Fireplaces are a wonderful application for Cambria, and I think maybe people are afraid of it because of the heat. But rest assured, we have fabricators who know exactly how to handle Cambria, and it will add, like what we just saw, so much drama and beauty and luxury to your living room, to your primary ensuite, wherever you desire that fireplace.
Summer, what's the theme of this trend board?
The theme here is chocolate and charcoal. Totally new. Putting chocolate with charcoal, it's like putting navy blue with black. We can now do it. And even though gray you might think is going out in the cool grays, this charcoal paired with the warm chocolate just gives it a totally new look. And that's what we're trying to capture here in this trend board.
My eye goes right down to the corner here where we are seeing a couple of other Cambria designs.
I selected Charlestown right here. Charlestown has this minky monochromatic, and so it adds the warmth that we're trying to capture here in this trend board, but also an earlier design called Huntley. Huntley was ahead of its time. It has charcoal and chocolate all together in one. And I feel that just complements and it also adds a little bit of pop of contrast to this overall feel.
The texture, everything is coming together so beautifully here. Earlier, we were talking a little bit about industrial design. Can you expand on that?
Industrial's not going away. But with this whole movement of warm and neutral, adding in both the chocolate, but also something that is lived in feelings, not so cold and industrial, but this plumbing fixture right here is this unlacquered brass. This is actually aged, we'll call it, so you can see how it patinas. So it adds kind of an older world feel in this newer design. We have added new finishes, and what I love is our new satin finish. It is leaning into the textural moment that we all are desiring, and our satin finish desaturates the Cambria colorway. So you get a hue change, which is beautiful to have both together.
Witnessing these designs take form is incredibly inspiring. Thank you so much, Summer.
Absolutely. Now I hope these designs captivate everyone as much as they do me.